All right, dudes and dudettes, gather round and let me tell you about the dopest crew this side of the Mississippi, the Stoner Gang, or as we like to call ourselves, the High Five. We were just your average group of high school stoners, each with our own quirks and obsessions.
There was Lilo, the visionary leader, always lost in a cloud of his own thoughts.
Then there was Parker, the prankster, always ready with a mischievous grin and a pocket full of surprises.
Sam, the tech wizard, could hack into any system with a few keystrokes.
Larry, our resident chill master, took everything in stride, always down for whatever.
And last but not least, there was Dope, our magical weed cat. Yeah, you heard that right, a magical weed cat.
Dude, Dope was the best. This feline was always getting into our stash, which would make him act really weird. Like, weirder than a cat usually acts. Like, he could talk and teleport. It was wild, man.
We were inseparable, the five of us, always up for an adventure, no matter how bizarre or ridiculous. From epic quests for the perfect pizza to narrow escapes from the clutches of our tyrannical principal, we'd seen it all, man. And through it all, we had each other's backs, because that's what buddies do, right? Lilo, man, that dude was something else. He was our fearless leader, always coming up with these crazy ideas, usually after a fat one. His mind was like a kaleidoscope, man, constantly shifting, always seeing things that others didn't.
One time he swore he saw a gnome riding a unicorn in the school parking lot.
We laughed, of course, but then again with Lilo, you never knew. He had this uncanny ability to make even the most absurd things seem plausible.
Dude, I have a vision.
And we just go with it. What else could we do? The dude was convincing. Plus, he always had the best weed. I mean, the dude was like a weed whisperer. He knew all the best strains, the best ways to smoke it. One time, he convinced us to build a giant bong out of watermelons. Don't ask me how, but it worked. And it was epic.
Lilo was the heart and soul of our little gang. He was the one who brought us all together, the one who inspired us to embrace our weirdness and go after what we wanted, even if it was just the perfect slice of pizza.
Now Parker, he was our resident prankster, the king of chaos. If there was trouble to be found, you could bet your bottom dollar Parker was in the middle of it.
He had this mischievous glint in his eyes, a constant smirk playing on his lips like he knew something you didn't, and he probably did. The dude was always scheming, always planning his next big prank.
One time, he replaced all the soap in the school bathrooms with itching powder. Another time, he rigged the PA system to play Snoop Dogg's greatest hits during morning announcements. The dude was a legend.
But as much as we loved to give him a hard time for his antics, we secretly admired his audacity. He wasn't afraid to push boundaries, to challenge authority, to make people laugh, even if it was at his own expense.
He taught us not to take life too seriously, to embrace the absurdity of it all. He was the wild card, the unpredictable element that kept things interesting. With Parker around, there was never a dull moment. Sam, our resident tech geek, could hack into anything with a keyboard and a prayer. He was our secret weapon, our ace in the hole.
Need to change your grades? I'm your guy. Need to get past the school's firewall to watch some educational videos? I'm your man.
He was a coding ninja, a digital mastermind. He could navigate the digital world like it was his own personal playground. We used to joke that he could probably hack into the CIA if he wanted to. Not that we ever encouraged him to do that or anything. We weren't trying to start an international incident.
But my talents aren't just limited to the digital realm. I'm also a master strategist, always thinking several steps ahead.
He could analyze a situation, identify weaknesses, and formulate a plan with lightning speed. He was the brains behind many of our successful escapades, the one who could always figure out a way out of a tight spot. He was the calm amidst the storm, the voice of reason when things got a little too crazy. And believe me, with this crew, things got crazy a lot. Larry, oh man, Larry, that dude was the epitome of chill. Nothing fazed him. He was always down for whatever, always ready to go with the flow. He was like a human sedative, calming our collective anxieties with his easygoing nature.
No matter how stressed we were, no matter how crazy things got, I was always there with a reassuring smile and a soothing word.
He was the glue that held our group together, the one who could always bring us back down to earth when we were about to launch ourselves into orbit. He had this uncanny ability to find humor in every situation, to see the silver lining in every cloud.
I always remind them that in the grand scheme of things, most of our problems are pretty insignificant. It's all about perspective, man.
He taught us the importance of taking a step back, of not sweating the small stuff. He was a walking, talking testament to the power of chill. And let me tell you, in a group like ours, that was a valuable commodity. We loved Larry, man. He was the dude.